a global outbreak of novel coronavirus.
Coronaviruses. Coronaviruses are a large family of viruses that are zoonotic, meaning they are spreading from animals to animals and humans. These family viruses can cause illnesses ranging from common cold to more severe diseases such as SARS and MERS, which are also caused by some type of coronaviruses that are believed to have spread from bats and camels respectively. Now, the current novel coronavirus is a newly emerged virus. On December 29, 2019, 4 individuals from Wuhan city in China admitted at a local hospital, all with the same symptoms of respiratory infection and pneumonia. All worked in the same seafood and animal market. Local health experts were quick to recognize that it is a potential viral outbreak spreading from that area. Scientists named it 2019 nCoV. It simply means 2019 novel coronavirus. Chinese scientists immediately sequenced this viral genome in order to help develop robust diagnostic methods and treatment. Experts are still searching for its host animal with DNA sequencing data. Some suggest that it matches with the virus that infects snakes, therefore suggesting that this virus could have come from snakes. Many believe this theory because this market is also selling snakes. But some are still skeptical, and some say that it might have come from bats similar to SARS. Whatever the host might be, as of now, there are a total of 4,500 confirmed cases of this viral infection, mainly within mainland China, and few confirmed cases in the neighboring Asian countries, and also in other countries such as Australia, France, USA, and Canada. So how dangerous are these novel coronaviruses, and how infectious are they? Infectiousness is estimated to be or not 2.2, which means one infected person can spread the disease to about 2 individuals, which is similar to SARS, which was about 3. Fortunately, mortality rate is relatively low. As of now, only 2.2%, but SARS was about 10%. This is a developing situation, and the details given in this video is based on information available as of February 2nd, 2020. As the situation develops further, this information will change. So what are the symptoms of novel coronavirus infection? It's a respiratory illness, very similar to cold or flu. Common symptoms are fever, cough, shortness of breath, in severe cases pneumonia, leading to acute respiratory distress syndrome, which is severe breathlessness due to low oxygen diffusion in the lung, kidney failure, and even death. Although some of the initial symptoms are very difficult to distinguish from common cold, based on history, we can determine your likelihood of being infected with the coronavirus. If you were in contact with an infected person, or having traveled abroad recently, or having been in contact with a person who traveled to China recently, then your symptoms are likely to be due to novel coronavirus infection. Additionally, X-rays and PCR-based molecular testings can confirm diagnosis. Treatment. As of now, there is no specific antiviral treatment available for this novel coronavirus. Only supportive care can be given to help relieve symptoms. If some patient has acute respiratory distress syndrome, then oxygen needs to be given, or patient needs to be ventilated if necessary. If you think you might have been exposed to this novel coronavirus, you should contact your healthcare provider immediately. Companies like Gilead are already working on experimental antiviral drugs to treat this new infection. NIH also working on developing a vaccine against this coronavirus, which is expected to be available in just few months, which is a great news. Until then, prevention is the only best option available. So how to protect yourself from this disease? It's a droplet infection, meaning it's spreading through sneeze and cough. A sneeze can spread the disease directly up to 3 meters. These viruses can survive outside the host for up to 5 days due to its protective proteins on its surface. Therefore, if you touched on the spot where someone had sneezed at few days ago, and then rubbing your mouth or nose or eyes can infect yourself easily. So hand hygiene is very important, especially when you are in a public place. Being in a closed and crowded environment like flight with an infected person will also increase your chance of getting infected. Once you are infected, you might not have any symptoms for 5 to 12 days. But during this period, you will still remain highly infectious and spread the disease. And the worst part is, these people won't have elevated temperature and therefore cannot be detected in an airport scanning. This poses a great risk of increasing the infection rate and spread further. So stay indoor, especially in the places where disease prevalence is high, avoid crowded places, avoid contact with the symptomatic people or potential carriers. Use medical grade masks and glasses which could give some added protection. Hand hygiene is very important, especially when you are in a public place. Do not touch your mouth or nose or eyes. Use soap and water and wash your hands thoroughly every few hours. Don't just rely on hand sanitizers, as alcohol probably won't be effective against viruses. When you cough or sneeze, cover your nose and mouth properly with a tissue and throw it in a bin and close it. Catch it, bin it, kill it. Then clean your hands properly afterwards. Be extra cautious while going to hospitals. Wear an extra layers of clothes and leave them outside your house when you return. If possible, avoid going to hospitals, especially if known cases of novel coronavirus is reported in your area. Eat well-cooked food, stay well-nourished to boost your immunity, and finally, keep warm. Because viruses cannot thrive well in a warmer environment. That's why our body produces fever, which is a protective mechanism to fight infection. Also, heat boosts our immunity. As it's a flu season, all these basic hygienic practices will also help you protect yourself from common cold. So give it a try. Stay safe and healthy.